I don't know if you care to do it.
Yeah.
You could if you want. I don't know if you saw it. Like I saw your review yesterday. That he went in like physically into the arena. He wasn't passing a third match, but he was still in my camp. So when we went to the outros and went on cams, he was wearing his headset. But he was in venues. And people were like, people were like crowding around him and stuff. It was kind of fun.
No, it's funny. afternoon, Jacks and Jills. I'm Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3-Minute Meta. In the second installment, we are going to cover offensive gel schemes. Offensive formations have three basic schemes: protect, neutral, and aggressive. In a protect scheme, the quarterback will typically stop at or around the crow's nest, and the first pass will typically be somewhere in the backfield. Common uses of this strategy are plays such as a chain breaker, where three players will set up in a triangle formation in the backfield for quick, short passes. A fourth player will generally set up somewhere in midfield for the out pass once the play progresses. The goal of the triangle is to bait the chain into chasing the passes and getting said chain broken up. The ideal scenario is that one of your players will end up holding two of their players in the backfield as your remaining three players begin pushing the disc up the field towards the attack zone at mid in an effective 3v2 advantage. The neutral scheme is likely one you are already intimately familiar with. In a neutral scheme, the quarterback typically allows their momentum to continue forward as the receivers push into the midfield. This brings the initial offensive attack directly to the zone at mid. The most common play in Echo Arena, the standard split, is a neutral offensive gel scheme. In this play, you typically send a receiver to each tube and one down center. The play is designed to allow the quarterback to first get a read on the opposing team's defensive coverage and then make a judgment call on what to do next. Finally, we have the aggressive scheme. You may actually be just as familiar with this strategy as the previous. Simply speaking, the aggressive offensive gel scheme is set up with the intent of getting the disc as deep into the opposing team's zone as quickly as possible. A relay is one of the more common versions of an aggressive scheme. Similar to a standard split, but the relay will instead pair two receivers together. The second receiver will launch with the first and pick up an extra boost in order to carry their momentum deep into the offensive zone. The idea is for the first receiver to relay the disc to that deep player as quickly as they can accurately. Another basic version of the scheme is a simple deep pass, sending your receivers all boosting into the offensive zone and hoping to sneak along pass past the defense. So what do you do with this information? When developing plays for your team, it is good to be sure that your playbook covers an array of strategic options. You may also find that your team is especially effective when operating under a specific scheme, but your opponent may discover that as well. At higher levels of play, Echo Arena is a game of chess, just like any other sport. Predicting, baiting, and responding to your opponent's strategic decisions are as important as making saves and scoring goals. Thus, understanding the fundamental principles behind these strategic decisions is as important as practicing your shot. But what do you think? Does your team use any plays that do or don't conform to these schemes? Do you completely disagree with what I had to say? Or maybe you have some ideas for future 3-Minute Meta. Please leave them all in the comments below. I will be reading through all of them, so feedback is greatly appreciated. But that's it for the second installment of 3-Minute Meta. In episode 3, we are going to cover defensive gel schemes. I've been Monsieur Demouy. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a...
Yo, my name Andrew.
Hi, my name is Andy W, and I play on 4 Kings.
Hi, my name is Chrome, and I play for 4 Kings.
Yo, my name is Cruisin.
We want to grow as a team. We're kind of a new team, and I've never played with Cruisin or Ender before, and I know we have like a new chemistry, and I think it's going to be good, but I kind of want to see that grow.
I honestly think one of our biggest strengths is that we're all like friends, right? So it's like I feel like we can grow over time and become better because we're homies and friends and lovers.
Naturally, we're just better.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to VR Master League. I'm Palador, and joining me here is Sir Dimwee. We've got PamWow. We've got So Much for Subtlety on the cams. We've got Doc Education on the sidelines. And right now, we've got Oculus Venues. We've got Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming. We've got Twitch TV. And we've got you in the audience about ready to watch this Master Tier match here in North America. Tell me a little bit about it. Passing it off here to Sir Dimwee. Welcome to the cast. This is going to be a good one.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. You got Four Kings versus Kangarillas here. Kangarillas, easily considered one of the best teams in the world, certainly one of the best teams in North America, right behind Joker. Of course, everyone knows Joker, but then Four Kings here, new this season, but certainly not new players. I mean, this is anyone who's been paying attention to this season knows that Four Kings is one of those teams that has a shot at getting at the finals this season. So, I'm very curious to see how they perform this evening, especially Kang. Kang had a bit of a rough week last week, and this week a bit better. And I'm curious to see how they perform tonight against Four Kings, who's certainly looking to get a one-up here against Kang.
PamWow, one of our excellent casters here in VRML, coming into Season 2 and now Season 3 for the OCE region. But of course, VRML is not limited to one region or the other. It's worldwide. How are you feeling about this night? You're going to be casting our next match there in Blitz versus Chaos.
Oh, I'm feeling excited. It's always great going over to the NA region. There's always such great games happening in all the regions. So it's always interesting to take a step outside the Oceanic region and see all the gameplay coming from everywhere else, because it's such a diverse game and there's so many different methods you can bring to the game. So it's always interesting to see all the different gameplay styles you can bring to it. So yeah, excited for these games, and I'll be joined with Dr. Education with Chaos and Blitz heading up next. So yeah. A bunch of excitement heading up into these games.
All right, well, here we are, the start of the round now between these two teams at the Master Division of Master League in North America. Kangarillas over on orange, and here's the Kings on blue. They're going to get their first attempt at a 2. That's going to ding back into a rebound at the side by Zenith.
That was a shot attempt there from Andy W here. That's Four Kings on the right in blue there. Chrome, Andy W cruising. Ender, long shot here from Mad. Off of the backboard. He's going to hit it for the 3. And Kanger on the board here, 30 seconds in.
All right, well, punishing right away off of that turnover, able to turn into an efficient goal. So, yeah, got Kangarillas here coming in again. Master Division this season, yes, Master Division in every season, essentially. They are very long established team, roster wise and name, namesake. You're talking the last, world champions in terms of like global LAN events. And over on Four Kings, Chrome, Andy W, Cruz, and Ender, a huge roster in their own right of heavy hitters in this Master Division across the seasons, looking to again claim their fate and make this run deep into the season.
That was a nice chain there from Kang. In the defensive zone, turn that one over. Strem's going to send this one in, bouncing up to the ceiling. Going to be picked up there by Sealable far side. But he's going to get stunned out. Nice recovery there from Strem. Strem now moving on the bubble. Has Mad behind the goal. Is going to hit that one for the 2. Mad brings it in. Kang is up by 5.
Not too bad, man. That is a 5 points straight. And both of them coming in around the 30-second mark following those jousts. So 2 goals now in 2 minutes for Kangarillas. And well, back to the Four Kings on this launch.
It's going to be cruising, handling here on the joust advantage as that chain, the Kang chain goes far behind them. Now, it was a bit slow on that pass, but they're able to get this one up. That chain breaks up again at mid, getting back together, attacking that pass, but now back to cruising on the back line. They are successfully through mid. As Four Kings here, sending them across the Chrome, far side. Chrome looking for the in pass. Does send that one in. Is going to be in the hands of Ender. Ender going across. No, that one's going to end up outside the boat there, cruising with it. Sending it in, bouncing up, and will turn it, not quite turning it over. Matt was trying to get there. Andy's going to pick it up. Another good reset there. Almost a self pass. It will turn over there. And a reset pass. Oh, no. It's just going back and forth at the moment here, Palador.
Yeah, just exchanging possessions over and over. They had that first attempt, a bit of an alley-oop, right, where they have it set up on the goal post, trying to go for a pass and a dunk, of course. That's a very familiar Kangaroos play, very familiar sealable bag play for sure, so they knew how to read that. Meanwhile, trying to read the stacks and the boost coming in, there's Mad with a disc, has one at the cut, there's Sealable with the finish, and that is 3 straight going in for Kangos, 7 points.
Yeah, that was just patience there from Kangaroo. Sealable set up on the field like that. They had the 2v1 and the 2v2, and they had plenty of time, so they took their time. Waited for those, the most ideal option to open up, send that pass in and get it to the 2. 7-point lead here to Kangaroo is not even, just over 3 minutes in.
And just like by Sealable, who just scored that point off the assist, they're going to cause this another turnover. So back into the goal. The scary thing here for Four Kings is Kangaroos seem to be just increasing their pace, and Kangaroos is a team who masters in one way or the other, fast or slow. They can do just a bit of it all, but Ender here trying to do just the same, get it clear and get their offense going. But unusual to see this team scoreless, for that matter, even just 30 seconds to a minute in, and much less 4 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, they've got, you're talking about three of the best forwards and probably one of the best goalies, if not the best goalie in North America here. Chrome, Andy W, and Ender, those forwards cruising, cruising like goalie. I mean, this is one of the most talented teams, and not to say Cruisen isn't a good forward, he is. I mean, this is one of the most talented teams, but they have such an offensive powerhouse in those three forwards there, those three frontliners, that it is very out of character to see them without a score. And that turnover there, Matt's going to send this one in, but a nice recovery there. Bit of a hustle, far side, and a nice they get a bit of a headbutt there from Zenith to send it down the floor. Sealable going to send it for the reset here to Strem.
Okay, so Strem now with a chance to put them up 9, maybe even 10. They can get this going. Will be Chrome. Look at that, a redirected boost, really trying to play that monkey in the middle type game and doing so fairly well up until the stun right there, of course. But Zenith now finding the pass threaded to Seal, and the old duck through finish. What a move, what a pass, what an everything that was. 9 points.
Yeah, that was gnarly there. Sealable to Strem, who, I gotta be honest, it looked like Strem absolutely hit the floor there, just hit the deck, went prone, and then sends that one in on a 360. What a beautiful goal there from Strem. That's going to be a 9-point lead here as we hit the halfway mark in round 1. Handled now by Cruisen before Four Kings sending it up to Ender, who's going to end right there on the ceiling, send that one out.
And Seal will be able to take this trap after the stun on Andy. Andy trying to grab for it, but just beyond the reach. So instead, there's Strembitsky with the disc, sending that over to Zenith. Up by 9, that deep pass and the deep back pass to reset their offense here as Strem fakes and then passes it off to the side.
Sealable sending this one all the way in, but Andy was right there in that lane. There were 2 Kang players here that Andy was able to cover. With that one now, maybe a shot. Ooh, it was a shot, but it goes wide. Ender sending it across. Andy's going to be able to pick that one up as the Sun tells Zenith, sending it in to Chrome, and there is Four Kings' first goal of round 1, 39 seconds after Kane's last. But we're, that's almost 6 minutes off the clock. Still down by 7. Is Four Kings here.
And with that, the Seal broken on the goal, which is to say broken with a dunk. So with some physicality thrown in there, of course, that's what Echo's all about, everything they're doing. 1-to-1 with what they're doing in real life. Those dunks, those throws, they missed that first alley-oop, not going to miss it a second time, and that could get them going.
Oh, now Zenith with it, near side wall, sending that one over to Strem as he was coming in. That a shot there off the backboard. He was going for that. The low side into the bottom pocket, but Mad's going to be able to recover on that one. Strem does get the assist on it, and Kang is back up by 9.
Yeah, so far, Mad, the lead scorer for Kangaroos at 7 out of the 11 points. Meanwhile, already, I mean, not a surprise, but all of the Kangaroos players, they all have at least 1 assist. Strembitsky with 2 of them, but yeah, that's kind of what you come to expect.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Chrome handling that one, gets stunned out, is able to get that pass up there to Ender. Ender is able to get that one over to Andy. Andy somehow able to get that one back, but Mad with the save there, clears that one out. Chain is not able to get the hand on it. They overshoot a little bit off the mark, but Ender's going to be able to pick that one up here for Four Kings, turning it back around, sending it all the way out. It's going to be all the way down. This one is loose. We're going to have a race for it here, but no clean stack getting away. I see an orange stack getting together, and it will be Kang ultimately able to pick that one up as there were just far too many stuns going out in midfield there.
Yeah, a lot of brawls for sure. Meanwhile, and we Mad here with the offense. They're trying to get it going, that is, on their side of the floor. You can see the spacing. Kangaroos players offering everyone, or at least attempting to offer everyone, a line of sight, and that is why the passing game works for them, because they always have multiple options. They're never pigeonholed into one. As what a handoff pass! Oh, that was great! And the finish coming in from Zenith as well.
Zenith able to, well, that's a 1 meter dunk. It looked like that from Zenith. No, it was a shot. But yeah, gets that one in for the 2. They're up by 11 now. Is Kangaroos just over 2 minutes to go here, and Four Kings at this point, you might think, they could just. There's no reason to try too hard in the remaining of this round here. But it's that thing. It's that momentum that you can build, even if you're behind, even if the hill is too steep, even if you can call that fabled mathematical time. it's when there's still another round to go, at least one more. Nice interception there from Ender. Long shot. And there it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's something that can turn the momentum right there. Even if they don't get back in this first round, they can get back in the next.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, 5 points on the board now, so they managed to score at least a couple times here in the latter half of this round. Kango's opening well, though. Worth noting, of course, for the side of Four Kings. I mean, they've been on a pretty decent streak here. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, and for Kangarillas, one of their last 3 games. So kind of trying to break a little bit of a skid as they do make a play at the goal, and it's Mad lighting up the goal once again. That's 9 points to lead it.
Yeah, there's 17 meters per second underhand there from Matt. I mean, that's just a scorcher of an underhand. You don't see speeds like that from an underhand since the CV1 wrist flick. As will be Four Kings coming out here. Less than a minute to go. 10-point lead here to Kang. So, Four Kings, as I said before, looking to push some momentum. Because, not letting up here. Andy W with it there. Andy sending it down the floor there to Chrome. Chrome going to send that one back to the back line there for Cruising. Cruising for that pass. As that defensive, oh, what a setup there to Andy. Andy, no look, shovels it in. They're within 8, but, maybe too little too late for this round, but that momentum is swinging.
Not too dissimilar on that play from what we saw from Kangarillas before with, I want to say it was Sealable and Mad on that exchange, perhaps, but except on the Kangarillas side, it was kind of a no-look pass, basically. That one, a no-look finish. Of course, the game sense and the positional sense of just where they are in the arena. That's something, one of those subtle aspects of this that you come to appreciate the Master Tier, but easy to miss if you're not really looking. They know where they are. That said, I know where we're going to the round score screen and over to Doc Education to let us know what he thought about this match.
Thanks, Palador. What a round 1, and good news for Four Kings as they really started to click a lot better at the end of that round, pouring in 5 points in the last couple of minutes. As Dimwee said, that should definitely get a little bit of the feel goods. Make that score look a little better, make those juices flow in a little bit better. From Kangarillas, I saw just some really nice aggressive play. On their defensive joust, they're running 2 stacks. Double stack, one that's pressuring the quarterback and one that's hanging, waiting for that first pass, and that's giving Four Kings a little bit of trouble right now. They're having a little bit of trouble getting it past those stacks, and even when they do, there's Kangarillas is still running 1 stack at the ball or the disc the entire time, and it's tough to cope with that. So I think look for Four Kings to counter that, and if they can get around it. They can definitely score in bunches, as was mentioned. So round 1 definitely went to Kang, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that Four Kings is going to come out in round 2 with some fire.
All right, so thank you very much, Doc Education there on the sideline with indeed the education. A doctorate at that. That said, let's see if Kings, on that note, can fix up what went wrong in the last round as we get the second one started here right about now.
Yeah, very interesting rollout there from both teams. There was a very soft touch there from Kang, and then no one able to get down to recover it. So will be Four Kings able to pick this one up and now sending it in. Although that pass across there meant for Ender. Will end up in the hands of Cruising here on the back line. Cruising now trying to get by Sealable. Sealable able to cause a bit of a disruption. It's off ahead. Mad trying to track it down. It will be Strem getting there first. Who retreats back towards that goal to get away from that defender, and we'll get this one cleared out. All the way down into the Four Kang zone here, right off the shield there. Now bouncing around.
And just waiting and kind of floating down. In games like this, at this level, especially with how quickly they're at their stacks, what a pass again. And the duck, and the slam. It's Seal, the bag man. It's 2 points first for Kangos.
That was filthy. That was disgusting. That was awesome.
Man,
I don't even...
Seal's added some extra sauce to the standard slams that we're used to.
Yeah, I don't even have... I have no analysis for that one. That was just a nice looking goal. I hope we got a good angle on that one, but this one going to be handled there. Chrome, far side, sending it back to Ender. Ender, this is nice. This is nice. They set up in that was a protect scheme. We just saw them come out and setting up deep in their own zone to break up that chain to get in front of it, and they were able to sneak by. Look at that, they're already through mid now as Cruisin trying to set that one up. It's a missed pass, it will turn over there, but all up until that point, that was beautiful execution from Four Kings. Chrome able to get that one and send it back to Cruisin on the back line.
And there you go. So getting back into the offense, regardless of the little bit of chaos that had unfolded, there will be Andy, and Andy up to Ender. Ender's gonna get that in, and credit as well from assaulting the goalie to make it just a bit easier.
I actually thought it went off of Chrome's head, but no, yeah, straight in there from Ender. And yeah, as you said, credit to Chrome as he gets in the goalie's face. You know, that's one of those things. Even if you can't get the stun on the goalie, even if you're not trying to get the stun, just getting in their face, getting your body where their hands might be, can cause can be the difference maker. Scrum, look how slow Kang is coming out here, forcing Four Kings to play aggressive with this defense. As they do get that pass off, and they'll send it down. Kang, what a beautiful pass there to Strem. Strem setting it in, all the stop there by Cruisin. Nice grab.
Yeah, getting bold there, of course, trying to play those margins ever so carefully and take the opportunities that are offered. That said, an opportunity offered there. That is a tough angle, so the finish won't quite be there. Maybe a rebound, but Mad sailing in quickly with sealable bag on the chain. They're going to get that pass off to Strem, but Strem eyeing down the goal and also eyeing down the goalie and not trying to have it saved again, so they're probably going to wait here for the rest of the Kangos to join up front.
And Strem looking for that reset there, but it hits the nugget block. It's going to be Chrome picking it up. Chrome sending it out. Sending it up to the hands of Ender. Ender now sending it down, looking to get it to Chrome off the floor. Actually, I think, it was I believe it was a pass intended for Chrome. But now Chrome picks this one up. Look at what a read there by Strem. Strem's looking to send that one out, but an ugly bounce off of that ridge there is going to keep it in the zone here. The Kang stack is going to pick that one up and clear it all the way down. At least down this far. Open lane. Strem does not miss. Hangs up by 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a punish there as Cruisin was in the tunnel, midfielding that, waiting and anticipating the clear to go through that tunnel. And Cruisin was correct, just wasn't able to actually get the disc, unfortunately. And all it took was that to open up that lane completely for an exposed goal.
And now Cruisin handling this one slowly. You know, another slow roll out here. Look at this again. The protect scheme. They're all in the zone here, looking to break up that chain. They do get it broken up as Mad gets stunned out. Mad has Chrome on his back as Cruisin's going to be able to send this one up to an Ender at mid. That chain just now getting back together, but stunned out. They've got a 3-on-1 right now. 2-on-1 coming into the bubble, and they're going to get the 2 points here. They earned that one 4 minutes in. 4 points on the board here. Four Kings only down by 1 now.
For real, yeah. Trying to put in a show in this round, have some more success. You know, they only scored 2 times there in the latter half of round 1, so we're still right at the tail end of the first half of this round 2, and they've got their 2 goals already to kind of match what they did earlier. So already a better start. Kangos being held to lower points thus far, but let's see how long that maintains. And actually, there a turnover. So right back to Four Kings. Some more offense potentially on the way.
Cruisin over to Andy. Andy got sealable right on his tail. He's going to hold it. That was quite a while holding it there. He sends it over to Crum. It was a good pass, but Zenith able to force a turnover, sending it right back. Though they're Cruisin able to pick it up, but Zenith gets it right back. Zenith now sending this one in. It's going to go down the floor into the trench there. And Zenith, a good reset tap there to get it to Trembitsky on the back line. Of course, if you notice, Kang is completely inverted at the moment. One of the few teams, you know, not so few anymore, but used to be the only team that had a fully inverted rollout. As they're going to get an opportunity here. There it is. Zenith.
That was some aggression being shown to get that goal, and they're a fan of the dunks, and why not? If you can get it to that area, that's a challenging part. But once you're there, I mean, that finish is just about guaranteed most of the time. Most of the time. You know, if there's anyone who's going to save something like that, Cruisin would be right up there among the few who could. But yeah, a high percentage shot, the point being, and now putting Kings back at their heels, down only by 3, however, with still 4 minutes left.
There's Andy handling this one on the near side. That chain is going to get split up again. Sealable now encroaching on Andy here, but again, the split up chain. Oh, the Sealable able to get that one on Andy. Sending it across there to Strem. Empty goal, sends it in, hits it again. They are up by 6 as looks like we got a dropout here on Four Kings. Probably going to get a timeout here, but wow, what a goal.
Yeah, well, right back on the rejoin. So it was a quick rejoin, but that is the second time now that Strembitsky has punished on a turnover. Of course, credit Sealable Bag for the assist and the initial brawl and steal. But the second 3-point shot in this round that Strem has made off of a turnover from the Four Kings. And as I said, as we often say, right, the Kangarillas do tend to punish a lot. Of course, Four Kings as well, mentioning how they've been on a nice streak over the weeks as a whole. I mean, currently they are in North American Masters division on this cycle. They are number 3 in the ranks. So they've won 3. They've only lost 1 match. Kangarillas. Now, on the other hand, the kind of the opposite. They've won 1 and lost 2 matches. That coming against Ethereal and Spaghetti. So with that, as I said, there's reasons for both these teams here. For Four Kings, as we approach the latter parts of this cycle, Four Kings are wanting to secure their spot, right? Meanwhile, Kangarillas, they're trying to secure their safety, yes, but more importantly, because of the fact that they have dropped a couple of games in these initial weeks, they're looking furthermore to actually stay out of the relegation in the Challengers Cups in the coming weeks. So that's definitely a factor here. Kangarillas would be pertinent for them to win in these 2 or 3 rounds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to end up in that Challenger Cup because I mean, yeah, you might think a team like Kang, oh, they wouldn't have any trouble in the Challenger Cup, but I mean, honestly, you never know. You never know when that next team is on its way up, and that one bad cycle you have could be the one that knocks you out. When in other cycles, even with that up and comer team, even with that team, maybe a cycle you would have done just fine in. But yeah, both these teams trying to stave off that potential relegation, and but both of these teams are of the caliber that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to end up in there. But again, it is a master tier. The skill gap at that level is minimal.
I mean,
for the most part,
whoever ends up in the bottom 2 of Master, they're still among the top 10 of the entire region. So you're again, no one who gets into the Challengers Cup for the Master side of things to fight for their spot to stay Master. No one in that position is anywhere close to a bad team. These are all top caliber teams who absolutely deserve to be here.
Oh, absolutely. We are going to get started back here in round 2 very, very quickly. So still a 6-point lead here to Kangaroos. Nice drop there from Cruising to get away from that chain as he sends that one that right side tube there to Andy into Chrome going up to Ender now juking around that block, goes up to Andy bringing it in, sends up the shot, but a grab there by Strem, bottom pocket. Mad's gonna get it cleared.
Doing a little disco move, one hand in the air in one corner, the other down below in the opposite. Was able to get that, so they're having a disco ball even. Back to the bow tie though, and it's going to be taken by Andy off that pass. Andy needs to be careful because the dive coming in from Mad, who had that very successful first round scoring-wise. But good leech there, and boosting down the floor was Cruising to at least maintain possession, but look how quickly Kangos comes in just the same.
And Zenith looking for that clear. Does get it off of the wall into the tube. Is going to get through into the full zone, but a good slap there on the back line. It's going to get right back in. We're under 3 minutes here. Chrome with it. Chrome sending it up to Ender. As Ender inverts on the ceiling. Ender sending it across to Andy. What disc movement. That was beautiful. And they get it 2 on the board. The back with it 4.
And the thing is, it wasn't like it was a stationary passes to designated zones. They had time to line up their offense in a set play. It wasn't even that. That's what makes it more impressive, right? The fact that they could execute those kinds of plays, those kinds of connections in the middle of so much stress and so much aggressive defense.
A long shot there. Excuse me. That was picked up here by Zenith. Zenith is going to go for a long shot himself, but that one's going to go wide. Sealable picking it up, inverted on the ceiling. They're sending it to the back line to Strem. Strem now slowing it down here for Kang. Approaching that final 2 minutes of the second round. And Four Kings, they lost that first round. Ooh, a setup there from Matt. He was looking for a cross pass, but that was going to go a bit too wide. Reset pass here is going to end up in the hands of Ender. Ender wants to take that shot, but he's not going to be able to, so he chucks this one in. And we'll find its way back to mid here, bouncing around. Good slap by that chain.
And, Ender and those kind of shots from deep, we know he can make them. In fact, earlier in the season, had one from something like 70 meters out or from the sidewall. It was an absolutely straight shot, not even a bouncer or anything. So definitely a hot striker. That said, a rebound off that bounce. It was close to a goal. That would have brought the Kings back to potentially within just a point or two. But Cruisin will still maintain it. They have a minute 26, but a costly turnover potentially. And there's a stack already prepared.
Yeah, that one, they're chasing this one down, although that bounce was not ideal, although it will be in the hands of Strem. Strem going to send this one back to Zenith. Zenith sending this one up and bouncing on Ender with a beautiful Ender. his signature move there. He's able to get that one cleared out. Good toss there by Andy. Andy's going to forward it out further. That was not Andy, excuse me. That was Chrome, but it does turn over. Strem picking it up here. We're in the final minute here. Strem is just going to let this clock run. This final minute, as it's a 2 goals required here from Four Kings Sports Edge. But around, but Ender picks it up. Ender bringing it in. They've got a 3-on-1 on this goalie. Oh, this shot's going to ding. And bouncing out now 43 seconds ago.
Yeah, that might be a very costly one with not a lot of time left. They didn't necessarily have to go for a 3. They just had to score. Even a 2 would have done it, so that one might come back to haunt them a little bit. That said, on the recovery, there's Andy with a disc, and Strempinski, a big stun to take back the disc for Kangos, and that might just do it.
Yeah, just about. It's yeah, we are. Kangos will take the game here. As this one's bouncing around far side there, it will be picked up by Chrome. Chrome seeing this one in is going to bounce all the way into the bubble, bounce, careening bounce off of that the exit tube there, the tube exit, excuse me. As this one's up in that far side trap, Chrome looking to track it down. Will be in the hands of Ender. One more shot they're going to go for here to get just a couple more, and it will be stopped there by Mad. And that'll be the game there. Round 2 going to Kang, 10-6.
Yeah, not even with the last tenth of a second would this man want to give up a goal. Just those instincts. But with that, yeah, they close it out in 2 and over to the sidelines. Doc Education, what you got?
Wow. What a round 2. Definitely some adjustments being made by both teams. It was really exciting to watch. Four Kings coming out with their rollout and that protect rollout, as was mentioned. So that meant passing kind of backwards and side to side in order to break up that stack so that their defense wasn't able to move as quickly and together. And that really worked for Four Kings. But on the other side, it was Kangarillas just with some incredible saves. I think there were 8 saves in the match on the Kang side, and that was just, I mean, they really stopping some powerful opportunities by Four Kings. And then on their side, Kangarillas was slowing things down on offense, showing that they are indeed masters of the arena, masters of disc control, masters of the pacing, and they really slowed that down. And even though it was a much lower scoring game, a little bit slower paced game, they were in control that entire round. So it was really nice to see Kangarillas adjusting to the adjustments from Four Kings. It was it's kind of masterful on both sides.
Yeah, Master Division after all. Now, before we part off to the next match, Sir Dimwee, I believe you were going to go and head somewhere, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm going to be hopping into venues, going to be hanging out this next match over there in venues, watching with everybody hanging out before I return for that 3rd game. So if you're in venues or you're thinking about joining venues, hop on in, say hello. Enjoy the game with me, and I don't know if you heard that little noise there. That's my headset booting up in my hands. So I'll be there in just a few minutes. I'll see you there.
So yeah, be on the lookout for Sir Dimwee in the venues. Don't confuse it for Sir Dimwits. If you see him in there, entirely different people. I've been assured many a times. That said, we're going to be right back as we transition to the next match, which is going to be one between Chaos and Blitz. In the Diamond/Gold division. So up next, stay tuned.
blink your eyes, and suddenly they're in your face with a stun and a steal.
Yeah, not trying to recover on it. They do ultimately Lit sending that one out. Sweet Tooth, both of them getting down there. Sweet Tooth now far side. Lit looking to send that past. But Aurora already in the bubble.
Oh, are you kidding me? It was in Steel Skydiver's face. In his face, completely screened out, and somehow Steel got the grab on that. Are you kidding me? Long shot here off the backboard. Acorn's gonna get a stop there.
Now trying to make his way, trying to juke his way, as kind of a tiger and mouse situation now, a cat and mouse situation now, I should say. And now the backboard shot. Oh my goodness!
Oh, wow. Cat and mouse and
pass, and in fact this one's going to be an excellent save coming through from Wolfo, but Bad Elmo taking it here. Another save from Neo, so brilliant defense in fact coming through from Neo, and now the stack's coming through on the other side. It's going to be a shot, and Grimey's going to take it, put that one straight in for the 3, winning in the stack race there.
Really precise passing. Now Nillywick just driving that in, but Malakost able to kind of bait that shot.
All right, g'day mates, and welcome back. We've got Blitz heading up against Chaos here. Huge hello and welcome to everybody watching us. Whether you're joining us from venues like I know Dimwee is, Twitch, YouTube Gaming, Facebook Live, wherever you're watching from, we are in for a good one today. With that being said, my name is Pamwell. We got so much for subtlety on the cams. We got Palador on the sideline, and I'm joined here in the casting booth with one, the only Dr. Education. Doctor, how are you doing?
Absolutely fantastic. What a great match we just saw in Four Kings versus Kangarillas, and here we have Blitz and Chaos. These are about ranked 50th in the league, so a little bit down the ladder from the last match we saw, but absolutely incredible skill on both of these teams. I really like watching this Diamond Gold level of play because you still see incredible skill, and sometimes it's a little easier to dissect in terms of the strategies that they're employing. So really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. That Kang versus Four Kings match previously was insane to watch, with a lot of back and forth action there. Kang taking that 2 rounds to 0. You were on the sideline for that one, and with these top tier games, I won't be surprised if we get more heat from these next games. So how did you find that previous match?
It was awesome. I mean, like I said, it was just really good to see the adjustments. I mean, that's one of the separators between the Master Division is they're just so good at figuring out what's working and what's not working. And you saw it, especially between rounds. Both teams made some pretty nice adjustments on each other, and Kangarilla's adjustments were just a little bit more refined, maybe. So yeah, it was just really fun to watch.
Yep, couldn't agree more, and we're going to be heading back into this game now. Blitz and Chaos as we head into the initial joust. Some strong regrabs from both teams, but Chaos finding that disc first.
Chaos is blue and Blitz is orange. Chaos getting the disc. They are on the offense immediately. Egret working along the left side is looking for a pass. No! Aiden says, I'm going to take it, and sends it back to the other side.
Yeah, great play there from Aiden, and now the follow-up comes rolling in from Blitz. There's the clear back down towards the line. A bit of a bounce, awkward bounce there off that Geo, now hovering underneath the left shoulder. Mr. Cuckoo Head will try and recollect it, and indeed might go for a reset potentially off the bow tie. Now all teammates forming around the bubble here. That's going to be Tall with the disc, keeping a hand on this possession here, keeping it back towards the right section. Aiden went for the anchor off the right shoulder, barely missing.
Yeah, not sure if that was a shot or a pass to Bean. Bean was stunning out the goalie there, and so didn't get that. It may have been a pass, it may have been a shot, but Filibus right there getting the disc and puts himself in opportunity, decides to take a shot, but that stack, right back there, and right back again. Some incredible steals and defense going on from both sides right now, Pamwell.
That was crazy, and now Filibus yet again with the disc off the shield, might go for the shot, but another save coming from Aiden VR, followed up with the clear, and now the follow-up regrabs are on their way from Blitz, getting interrupted there. Chaos doing very well to do it, so now a 1-on-3 situation here for Bean, but Bean failed it with the snapshot. What was that?
Wow, that was like a underhanded, over the back, no look shot. absolutely insane from Bean. Had 3 Chaos units coming in and was absolutely gonna get slammed if he held it for any more second. That was incredible from Bean right there.
That was extraordinary from Bean. He had like a milliseconds to find that shot and found it regardless, but now Chaos not too happy with that one. And Egret looking to respond, sending it right down before he's getting stunned out there. So now getting collected back up by Toll. And this is what Blitz have been doing very well that I've noticed. They like to take the game nice and slow. They like to maintain their possession and they like to work its way all the way towards the goals there. However, a few awkward bounces working against them here. That's going to be a clear, very close to the goals there.
That was close indeed as the disc gets slapped low. Akadi is there, but no, it is a Blitz player. It is Bean there passing to Aiden. Aiden, there's a stack together, so Blitz is moving quickly, although that bounce is going to go off Geo, so they're going to have to set up their offense.
Yep, and now Cuckoo head off the Pac-Man. A nice swap of lanes there to the right, barely missing their teammate there. They might be able to recollect this disc. A lot of pressure coming in from Chaos. Bean avoiding it, sending it to the left, and you can definitely see how pressure can deter... can determine how accurate those passes are, as that shot very close to the goals there. And now Toll Robert resetting it to Bean.
Bean now is going to hold it on the back line. Nobody's pressuring, so allowing the teammates to get in position. Decides to switch positions, it looks like, with Cuckoo Head going back to the double diamond, although it looks like they're gonna be under a little bit of pressure right now. Aiden VR has the disc, tries to pass over to Cuckoo Head on the other side, but can't quite get it. So a little bit of discombobulation there from Blitz just for the moment. It is Toll Robert on the back line.
Blitz still able to maintain this pressure that they've got on top of Chaos here. If they can keep up this momentum and keep up this pressure, they might eventually find some points here as the clear up onto the roof. That's going to be Bean barely finding the reset there to Aiden. Aiden pushing his way underneath the nest and going for the pass up and to the right shoulder. Just the only problem they're having here is that there's a lot of pressure coming here from Chaos, but that's not going to stop them in the end. Bean finding 2 more.
That's a really textbook. If you want to watch a team persevere, they didn't have great mechanics in that offensive possession. They missed some passes. That maybe the communication. Not sure if they always knew exactly where they were or where they were moving. But the small mistakes, they kept at it, and eventually they were able to score.
Yeah, as long as you can keep at it and you can maintain that possession, you can just keep them coming, as we see now Egret making his way inside the bomb with the response here. And we're going to be heading into a just advantage here for Team Blitz. What a response.
Beautiful response from Chaos. Down 4 is not a lot, but nearly 5 minutes into the game and you haven't scored yet. So you start to feel a little bit nervous. And on their offensive joust, that was absolutely surgical from Chaos with, I think, 3 passes. And then, right there, Filibust getting it right back. Going one-on-one against the goalie. Aiden coming out. He can't stop him. It's Tiger Man.
Filibust with that overhand fake and then swapping it to the under, placing it inside the goals there. So now a 4-4 match here. I mean, we're heading into the last 5 minutes of the first round here, so still anybody's game. I mean, what a crazy back and forth match we've had as of yet. Blitz with the joust advantage yet again. That's going to be Toll Robert clearing it towards the right, and now Bean.
Bean holding the disc on the Geo, decides to pass into the middle. Cuckoo Head immediately under pressure, so dumps it down. Although the man on the back line, Akadi, is right there, so right back in the hands of Chaos, and they're going to look to move it back into their offensive possession.
Yep, now Phil off the right tunnel does have teammates converging around on the left side. He does have a lot of pressure from these Blitz stacks that are looking to intercept it here. However, that pass barely missing the teammate on the left side here. That slap off the wall. Went for a rebound pass there. However, that's going to be Mr. Cuckoo clearing it towards the left side.
Clear is good, and the stack is together there, although there's some brawling and stunning, so the disc is going to change hands a little bit. Everybody is fighting for it. Aiden VR is going to send it in, and Bean is in the vicinity, although right there is Toll Roberts. Toll Robert coming in. Toll Robert puts it in.
Now leading by 2 here, Blitz. Similar to the first half of this round, just starting out very strong here, but 2 points. It's definitely a 3-pointer coming from Chaos, and they're back in the lead, as I said. So it's so close, and just a single play can determine who will be the victor of this first round. As I say this, the joust advantage Now heading over to Team Chaos, Akadi with the disc, taking it slow for a new approach. I mean, we saw in the previous Just Advantage where they just immediately sent it forward and they had players ready with those passes. And we might see a play similar to this as we see now Egret off the right side. Might go for a reset here, and that's exactly what they do, but a steal there from Aiden.
Great defense by Aiden there, just jumping, reading that. Bean now has the pass. Tall Robert has a shot. Tall Robert, he puts it in for 3.
I mean, talk about a counterattack there from Blitz. Just from the steal instantly. A pass, bang, goal. 3 points. Now a 5-point lead for Blitz. So Chaos need to find quite a few points to get themselves back into this round. And even so, create some momentum maybe heading into the second round as we head into the Joust advantage here for Chaos. Akadi trying to send it through that left section, but Blitz are just maintaining this pressure, and that backboard shot nearly making its way in, but the rebound might. The stave from Akadi, and what a great save indeed, clearing it back down towards the trench.
That was an incredible save by Akadi. I thought that was a goal for sure. Saving the shot and maybe the round right now. They are still in it with down 5 and 2.5 minutes left. There's plenty of time. Although right now Blitz is pressuring pretty hard. Bean with the tap back, can't get it. Filibust has the disc, maybe has an open shot, gonna take it. It's gonna be bouncing off the shield. Oh, that was so close.
Close shot there, and a great save there from Akadi. I mean, one of the biggest fears of being a goalkeeper in this game is that when you're not on your post and you're running back to it and you've got the opposing team about to shoot and you got to be able to turn around and find that save at the same time. As I say this, those regrabs coming from Blitz definitely looking a bit scary there in the trench section. The reset coming from Blitz, an awkward bounce might work against them, however, and now Egret sending it down. They're looking for the regrab, potential follow-up, getting stunned out, however, so that's going to be Blitz taking a hold of this disc, and with 1 minute 30 on the clock, they can look to hold on to this disc if they want to. That bounce still going to work for them.
Oh, but Filibust picks it in. The goal's open. Wow, that is not what Blitz wanted. Back within 2 are Chaos now.
That was just simply an unlucky bounce off the blocks there. I mean, Blitz definitely had that possession there, and even a clear would have worked for them in that situation. They wanted to hold on to the possession. They wanted to drain out their time. They know they have the point advantage. They still do. So they can still try and make that work for them. However, with 1 minute on the clock, Chaos is still back in it to win it here with that clear through the midsection, a bounce off the mid block there, and now Egret with the disc getting stunned out, getting stolen from Toll.
Now Bean is working along the line. Akadi is there, so Bean doesn't have a shot. Bean is going to move sideways and backwards, waiting for the teammates to move into position. Tries to pass to the ceiling, but can't quite connect with a teammate. Although Aiden VR seals it right back. Aiden's got to move. Cuckoo Head is on the shield. The opportunity is right there. Drives. Oh, but the connection is not good. Although they do get the rebound back. There's so much pressure right now. But Akadi jumps out and gets the disc with 20 seconds left. What are they going to do?
Yeah, Chaos need to be able to respond here if they want to be able to take away this round, and Blitz, if they can maintain this pressure in the offensive region like they do so well, they might be able to take away this first round as they do make their way around the bubble from behind. Mr. Cuckoo will find those final 2, and we will be heading into round 2 with Blitz taking the first.
Wow. That was super exciting. Blitz jumping out to a little bit of an early lead, and then Chaos fighting right back and coming within 2. But then it was Blitz with their offensive pressure really showing that they've wanted to take that round, and they did. Palador, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things. First of all, Chaos and Blitz, kind of the theme of some of these notes I'm taking. The thing is, for Blitz, they actually thrived. Go figure, on some Chaos. A minimum of 2 of their goals there that were scored were based off of turnovers being caused and then stacking faster, getting there to the disc first. Of course, that opening shot that you saw, that was a phenomenal, kind of a tough angle, but nonetheless, getting there first and just able to slightly beat Chaos on the stacks. And that did a lot of damage for sure. And then just able to maintain control once they lost the disc, even on some of those offensive possessions there in that last minute or so. As you saw. For Chaos's side of things, they had some pretty good bubble D at points in the sense that they had a lot of players rotating and not piling up on the outer reaches of the bubble, so they were trying to, kind of have these assignments in certain lanes and defend against it that way. It did take them 4.5 minutes to score, though, and it was a nice one. It was right off of an offensive joust. They had a zipper line of passes. It took about 10 seconds, and Chaos's passes, when they're on point like that, it's going to get them to some good stuff. Their next goal came immediately after that, 8 seconds into the next joust off of a turnover, and Philibus as well doing the work there. With that, off to the second round, guys. Here we go.
Yep, that was Palador on the sidelines. Thank you to Palador there. Now heading back into the second round here. Phil with the clear through that left tunnel. Barely missing their teammate there, and the stack of Blitz might be able to punish it here with a follow-up.
Blitz now has the disc. Bean now working, decides for the back pass. So Blitz will control the disc. Tall Robert on the back line passes back to Bean. Bean passes to Cuckoo Head. Cuckoo Head working along the floor, looking for a back pass again. So there is classic movement: move up and then move back, pass up and then pass back, move up together. Although the disc is bouncing low now, so they're a little bit clumped. They are under definitely some pressure and having to make some passes right now. They don't fully control the disc, and Chaos is coming in and adding a lot of pressure. So let's see who can finally haul it back in. It looks like they finally do get some control of it.
I mean, it's just like Palador just said. Blitz are thriving on a bit of chaos here, and with those clusters in the midsection, it definitely does seem that they are coming out victorious in a lot of these situations, as we see now Bean kind of regulating the chaos here, kind of taking it a bit easy, trying to maintain this possession, making that pass towards the right. Now Tall Robert crossing it over to the left shoulder. Don't tell me! Oh, he did find the shot, and Katie did find the save, but the self-goal, the momentum off the head. Oh, regardless, 2 points heading to Blitz.
Yeah, not sure if there was a player from Blitz who stole it from Akadi there. Incredible save, incredible passing from Blitz to recover from that pressure that Chaos was giving them, and ultimately, as you said, showing a lot of poise there. Jumping that pass, though, immediately is Aiden VR and Tall Robert, so they're going to get the disc back, although right there again is Chaos, so the disc is changing hands. It is definitely a dynamic game right now.
And if you're just joining us here, Blitz have taken away the first round from Chaos, so now Chaos looking to respond here within a second, as we see Phil looking to do just with that turnaround fade away for 3.
Wow, turnaround, falling away, kind of a hook side shot maybe, if I can look at this replay and see, but that is a very, very difficult shot to make. It's very hard falling away to get any kind of accuracy, especially if you're moving sideways and away. So that was a really beautiful shot by Philibust.
Yeah, because not only is it difficult that you have to turn around and find your way towards that goal, you also have to create that momentum to counteract that backwards momentum that you are when you're falling away, as you said. And so when you're trying to put in that much strength, it definitely can be difficult to find that much precision, as we see now Chaos not letting go of this aggression, but Bean interrupting it and sending it through the mid.
Sending it through, but the stack is together there for Chaos, so Chaos will get back with all 4 before any orange bodies are in the area. So it looks like they're going to try a little dribbling drill, passing it through, although their stack was not quite together, and Tall Robert did get it, although right there is Egret, so the disc will be loose right now. Bean's going to haul it in. Bean's going to take a shot a little bit wide left, but right there is Aiden VR picking it up and putting it in.
The rebound's just working for Blitz here. I mean, Aiden just picking it up inside the bubble there. So now 4-3, a point difference for these two teams, and it's kind of similar to the first round. I mean, the points have been relatively close, and then suddenly there might be a breakout from one team, and that might happen soon. I mean, that was at the 5-minute mark in the previous round, so getting quite close to it now as we see that clear through the right tunnel. Chaos passing it all the way down, and that was relatively close to the teammate there, but just bouncing a bit early there. So now Tall Robert with the disc, clearing it through that trench area, nearly avoiding that member of Chaos, but they're going to pick it up in the end.
They will, but it'll immediately change hands a few different times, and it looks like Chaos is going to get it, but not quite with the spacing that they need. They have a little bit of time right now. Akadi going low, although right there is Bean again, hauling it back in. Bean working his way up, and the stack is together, so they'll try a clear and boost. The stack is right there. Hauling it in is Aiden, but he's falling away. Oh, and Philibust takes it right back. What a defensive play.
Yeah, Katie was in the goals then, found the block, so just unable to open up for any 3-pointers in that situation. Now with a drop from Blitz, Bean found the save on the 2-on-1 situation. Bean, what an incredible save there.
incredible defense from Blitz. They are down a unit, so it is a 4-on-3 right now. So they have to wait at least 45 seconds or until a goal is scored. So they have got to keep up the pressure right now. The disc is bouncing low. It's passed to Akadi. Akadi's going to pass it to Egret on the ceiling. Egret on the nest. Egret, the bird, swooping in and putting the goal in. They will probably time out at this point.
Yep, indeed. That is the timeout being called there as we wait for a member of Blitz to reconnect here in this situation. But, I mean, wow, what a game as of yet. Talk about back and forth. Don't even look at the points for a second, just the plays. I mean, you look for 1 second and you just see everyone trying to grab that disc for pretty much the entirety of both of these rounds that we've seen as of yet. So, yeah, what a crazy game. Also, while we're in this timeout, gives me some time to say a quick thank you to Ready at Dawn and our sponsors at HyperX, Steering Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net. And as well as a huge thank you to our League mods here, with Dynamic Fabulous Sir Dimwee, who I know is watching us right now in venues. So drop a hello and a pat on the back to him there. Area Knight, Captain Wiggle Pants, Burnsy, Nada, Alec Cost, T. Wolfo, Honda, and Ikaika Higashi. And yeah, just wanted to emphasize again what a crazy game it's been as of yet. And we have the reconnect now from Blitz as they have their joust advantage now.
And they have unpaused the timer here, so 5 seconds to go, and they will jump out. Blitz is back down by 1, so I believe this is the first lead of the game for Chaos. So Blitz is going to be rolling out, and let's see what they do. Kukahead decides to pass left, and the stack is there, so they are able to move very quickly. That is going to have a shot, and it will go in. Holy cow! From Paul Robert, 38 meters out.
Talk about an opening from the timeout. I mean, those 3 points definitely going to help out Blitz in this situation. Now taking the lead. I mean, let's just say they used the advantage from their joust there. As Chaos now have a potential play here with that advantage now. Akadi with the disc.
Passing up to the right side there, Filibust passing low, can't quite connect with the teammate, so it will bounce back up to the ceiling. There will be a bit of a scramble. Egret decides to pass, and right there is Rainsy, who spins and dumps it in. It's a tie game.
And that is a great immediate reaction coming out from Team Chaos, because you definitely can tell in some situations a 3 coming from the enemy team can definitely sway a lot of momentum into their side. So it's actually a brilliant play there coming from Chaos, because I'm pretty sure if they weren't able to respond immediately, Blitz might have been able to lock down in the offensive region like we saw earlier in the first round as well. So with that said, now Tall Robert getting stolen off of, however, and just like we mentioned earlier, a lot of chaos coming from these two teams here, as Mr. Kukuhead able to create an opening in the end, clearing it towards the right side. Bean now with the disc, sending it back to the left off Pac-Man. The reset coming from Blitz.
Reset is good now. Bean now has the disc, looking for Tall Robert. Tall Robert going in. Tall Robert finding the pocket. So Tall Robert can stand tall in goal and can stand tall in the bubble and score as well.
A great 2 there coming from Tall Robert. And now Chaos with the just advantage. The minutes are 2 to 55 seconds. So, I mean, Chaos definitely in a position to respond here. 7 to 9, as I said earlier. I mean, the points have been relatively close within these 2 rounds, which is what you got to love about these type of games. I mean, with these top tier teams just heading off against each other, it's crazy to see what play is going to happen next. And every play is detrimental to the game. Every play is just, it affects the game so much. So with that said, Chaos now looking to respond. Egrets, hopefully with no regrets, off the Pac-Man, making his way towards the left side, crossing it into the bubble, and now handing it off towards the left, off the left shoulder, barely missing his teammate Rainsy there, but they're able to find the rebound in the end. Bean with the intercept.
Wow, that would have been a beautiful pass if it had connected just a little bit off, and now the disc is there, and Blitz is there, Bean is there, oh, but Rainsy is there, oh, but the shield is there, and let's see who gets it. Tall Robert working along the backside, but Akadi jumps out and gets it back. Wow, what a change, what a possession.
And Chaos need to find 2 points here if they want to at least get into an overtime situation within this second round and potentially take it back to the third round. However, Blitz not really looking interested in that option as they do go for the shot. Bean barely missing off the left side here. And now the response potentially from Chaos. Phil clearing it through the midsection. The regrabs might be a bit delayed there, but they might be there on time to create some pressure in the midsection. The bounce off the double diamond. Can they create an opening here? Egret clearing it through that midsection. The regrabs gonna be there slightly to pressure it. However, the bounce gonna work regardless as Phil makes his way inside the bubble, trying to create an opening for the team there. But Toll is gonna cancel it through that left side.
Wow, that was an opportunity, but Filibust had to go 1-on-3, and that was difficult. Cuckoohead has a shot, and can't quite get in position is Akadi, I believe, and that long 3 is going to be a dagger in the heart of Chaos right now. 5 points down, they are not out of it, but they definitely have to move quickly.
Exactly, they do really need to move quickly here. Chaos with a just advantage, an instant 3-pointer required here. And you definitely cannot be taking your time with these passes, but that regrab coming there from Blitz, that disruption of the plays might just buy them enough time here, and I think it will as Mr. Cuckoo had sent it towards that left section. The regrabs from Chaos trying to get back into the defensive region. Aiden with the disc outside of the bubble, sending towards the right pull, and the seal of the deal from Mr. Cuckoo had great play there from Blitz. 14-7, a 7-point lead here. What did we talk about? That random breakaway that always happens from these 2 rounds that we've seen. Blitz taking it away within the final minute of this second round. And Chaos, unfortunately, having a dropout within these final few seconds. But what a game indeed.
What a game indeed. As the clock ticks down, the game will close with Blitz taking it in 2 rounds. Chaos showing up nicely, giving us a great entertainment, but ultimately it was Blitz winning the day today. Palador, what have you seen?
Yeah, so Blitz able to close it out here in 2, and doing so in just high scoring and high intensity fashion. A lot of what I mentioned in the first round, after the first round, we saw it there here, well, in the second. I feel like Chaos on the whole there, their rollouts were, and passing was generally a little bit more slow and more stable. So they had some pretty good passing and better passing at times as well. They prioritized more man-to-man defense, but at the end of the day, it was Blitz just, again, staying true to their name. When they would get the disc, a lot of the times after a pass, you would see the receiver juking wherever they happen to catch it. I mean, even at times where, maybe it wasn't completely needed, but there's a defender in the area. They're always putting in a little extra juke here and there just to keep defense on their toes. So a lot of the scores, by the time it got into the bubble, if Chaos was on offense, that's kind of where it fell apart sometimes in the bubble passing, even though the midfield passing was good. For Blitz, they were, again, they were rebounding a lot. They were getting up multiple attempts inside that bubble, and that is definitely what helped them along in a large aspect. For them on Joust defense, they were prioritizing stacks as well instead of the 1v1, and towards the end to seal it off, to kind of ice it, Cuckoo got the first 3 there in that round and was able to do some phenomenal work to basically seal it off, as well as Tall Roberts with some big scores. But I mean, Cuckoo, the first score of the game was the ice essentially with 1 minute left, followed with another 2 points right after, and just able to kind of close it out. Both rounds really going down to the wire, the last minute or 2, but the closure from Blitz was definitely what got them the advantage. And with that, we do have another match that is to say coming up next, our final one here in venues tonight. So do stay tuned, because coming up we're going to have High Voltage and Kraken, 2 absolutely high voltage and Kraken teams in the Diamond Division, chasing the glory of Master in the coming weeks. So do stay tuned, and we'll be right back with that. You blink your eyes and suddenly they're in your face with a stun and a steal.
Yeah, not trying to recover on it. They do ultimately. Lit sending that one out. Sweet Tooth, both of them getting down there. Sweet Tooth now far side. Lit looking to send that pass. But Aurora already in the bubble.
Oh, are you kidding me? It was in Steel Skydiver's face. In his face, completely screened out, and somehow Steel got the grab on that. Are you kidding me? Long shot here off the backboard. Acorn's gonna get a stop there.
Out trying to make his way, trying to juke his way as kind of a tiger and mouse situation now, a cat and mouse situation I should say. And now the backboard shot. Oh my goodness!
Wow. Cat and mouse and
pass, and in fact, this one's going to be an excellent save coming through from Wolfo, but Bad Elmo taking it here. Another save from Neo, so brilliant defense, in fact, coming through from Neo, and now the stack's coming through on the other side. It's going to be a shot, and Grimey's going to take it, put that one straight in for the 3, winning in the stack race there.
really precise passing. Now Nillywick just driving that in, but Alacost able to trying to bait that shot, put his hands through the goal line and find that save, and that clears it to come through. But Not needs to find their stacks, and they got to get possession. And now with possession and the shot's going to be Alacost. So Alacost making the plays there, throwing his hands in the air, a little bit pumped, and he should be happy with that shot.
Diablo off of the bounce, but nobody's home as he sends it across. Strambitsky recovering here as he walks in on the bubble. Strem juking, bringing it in. Juke using a player. Nutty.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to VR Master League here in the EU Cycle 1 Challenger Cup. In this Challenger Cup for North America.
And I'm excited to see these matches. I'm excited to start off this Challenger Cup.
If you're not sure what we're getting into today, you're not prepared.
This is the most hype moment of Season 3 so far.
Tail here, which has been a team for a while. I mentioned it earlier on in the first match, and that is an immediate goal.
Penalty on the cameras. Go Gators! And of course, Sir Divwy right by my side, and let's go.
Yeah, and real quick. Oh my god, are you serious?
Well, guess what? We went
2 seconds.
Blink and you'll miss it. So that's going to be an immediate return as well.
That another interception by Blank, and they're their first.
Oh, nice save.
Rusty Robots, all they have to do is run down the clock. Now Beat Claire with another opportunity to seal the game here.
Fortunately, just a little fumble, and now passing to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth to the backboard, slapping it in.
To Twangpants here, going to try and get past to J for Jack under the goal, going to get the dunk.
Going for a send potentially to the right shoulder. Does have teammates across the bubble. Might cross it in. That's going to be the pass. The finish from Area Knight. What a play.
Happen as I just say it there. Wolf there, wide open shot going off that backboard. He's going to find that.
We're going to be saved by J for Jack now. Going to be taking that long shot. In fact, Grimey.
They still have time. 1 minute, not a lot of time, but they need to score this with a nice top pass onto BTS.
Aim, it's kind of just playing that time and just playing as cleanly as you can. Speaking of clean, the shot coming through for J for Jack.
Chuck Not Norris right here looking to get that one out, but Beach Player kind of fighting back and forth. It's going to be a one-on-one with the goalie here, and it's going to be Selicoid finishing that one off for Rusty Robots.
Another interception and another again, so just good Absolutely excellent positioning.
Having a lot of chaos. Nice offensive move by Ling.
Now Blank winning that disc straight back. Another strike from Strike.
Winner. Now it's interception by Wolf. It's going to get stopped by Chuck. No knows who has a 3-point available. Going to go for the half court. It's going to bounce in. Nice shot by Chuck. This next point is going to be critical for each team, which Beach Player with a 3-point opportunity going to stink it in.
Passing around, trying to bring in on the big potato goalie, and just like that,
make its way to him as well. The cross pass coming through from Conrad. Another cross pass from Steffo.
There's no goalie there, so if they can win this race, which is just like that, Beach Player gonna be
now. Caesar with the cross pass does not make it. Tries to shoot negative with an amazing save.
But Grammy trying to take this one. Not going to go two. Twang pants the cross pass quickly to Parish, putting it right into the top of the goal.
And they've got the stack first to get there. Another open 3-pointer, and it's in.
All doing nice pass onto Grumpy. Grumpy tries to juke out the player. Gets one more pass onto the shield.
From Wrath and will not be there. The first attempt or the second. Steel Sky in the hottest second. That is Molten Steel in the goal.
Steel Curtain strikes again. Moonface. That's who Robots came very close to taking that third round as well. But we're going to get into the second round of this one between and oh my God, again. The same team. It's the same team.
Chuck is just going to look up high. Maybe a self-bounce trying for that, but instead a turnover and maybe even. It's Caesar.
The clear from Blank right there, going for the save. Bad Elmo.
Previously I'm ding. Oh, what a setup. Oh, what a buddy. Double stun there. They've got some numbers here coming in. Link 1 setting up Chuck Not Norris.
They're adapting to Everest. They realize that relying on these stocks, but Steffo.
Send this one down. They're going to get down there first. Picked up there by Link 1 to stop. Steel Skydiver is ridiculous.
That is just nasty. Gotta do it again, though. Oh, he will. Steel Sky has gotten to a new level.
Who's under pressure, sending it back. Saluna's the only one there. Saluna has Caesar up ahead, taking the shot. Is it going to be on? It is. 41 meters out from the other side of the tube. Chocolate, a boost here. They're going to look for a dribble. No, Lit's just going to peel off. Sweet Tooth sending it across. What an interception by Saluna. She's lining up the shot. No way. No way.
This is Echo Arena.
Trying hard not to bottle it up, but I'm scared of letting you down. Like a knot in the pit of my gut, moving up to my neck now. Running wild in my mind, what you're gonna say, what you're gonna think. Will you be disappointed in me? 'Cause I tried so hard.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League here in venues, as well as Twitch TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, gaming, and we're glad to have you back for our third in the string along of matches, and they've all been super entertaining to watch here. Coming in the Diamond Division, some teams vying for to push up on that Master tier, perhaps, as is all these Diamond teams. I know Doc Education mentioned it earlier on, and I definitely relate to those statements. The Diamond Division has been just producing so many stressfully exciting matches left and right, because these are the teams of the future who are looking to be the best of the best as we go into this next cycle of Challengers Cup soon. Now, with that said, on the casting end, I'm Palador, joining all you guys again, along with so much for subtlety on the cams. We have PamWow on the sidelines, and on the co-cast, back from venues, it's Sir Dimwee. How's it going, and how is venues?
Doing good. Venues is great. Got to give a shout out to everyone I was hanging out with there. Shovel Shuffle, Ben CGF, Marcellus, Jay Steelman, Jaycon, and Terrace. all hanging out in there, and I'm sure a bunch of others. There are a few people on the top floor there I saw that were hanging out. A bunch of kids coming in and out and having some fun. It was a good time. Love doing this venues cast. I love jumping in there in between. When I'm on the off game. It's a lot of fun to experience that. And yeah, and as you said, as you alluded to, these two teams. I mean, these are two teams in the Diamond Division. These are two phenomenal rosters that are going to be facing off here. This is going to be a really good matchup. It was a really good Diamond tier matchup, as you said. Maybe faces of the future, teams that might one day end up in that Master tier division. That's so sought after. Because I mean, they certainly have the. It's one of those things. They have the talent. They have the ability. It's just a matter of if they can keep the work ethic for long enough to get to that point.
Yeah, they're at the top. So Dimwee, fantastic efforts from these teams all night long. The first two matches there, they did end in 2 rounds, but still entertaining to watch. Still high level play, of course. I mean, Kango's match, came down, especially second round, closer there for a while. But of course, Kango's coming out on top at the end of it. You had the match we just saw there between Blitz and Chaos, which was fast and frantic, but with lots of nice, passing and stacking in between. So it was a kind of a push and pull. That one ending in 2, but both of them still came down to the last couple of minutes. It was right within a round or 2, and that one was casted there by PamWow. And well, speaking of PamWow, while we're waiting for these teams to get started, any other thoughts here on what's going on? And as we conclude this weekend, week 8 of season 3.
My thoughts are always just, I'm waiting for this game to start because these games have been so crazy to watch, and it's just as soon as they gets that first rush of adrenaline pumping after you watch those first few games, you want to watch some more. And Echo is just a game that does that to you. It's a crazy game, and it's great. It's crazy to watch. It's crazy to cast. And yeah, a huge shout out for everybody watching. With that said, and yeah, I'm super excited to see this game with Kraken heading up against High Voltage. But as you said, yeah, I mean that Chaos and Blitz game. Definitely a lot of back and forth action, a lot of push and pull factors like you mentioned there, and yeah, that Kangorillas and 4King match was also crazy to watch as well. So yeah, I mean, just really emphasizing my point being, Echo is just a crazy and it's an insane game. So stay tuned for this game now as we head in right now.
Oh yeah, and of course for those who for some reason haven't tried it yet, go download it. It's over on the Quest store, the Oculus store, both PC and Quest sites. So search up Echo VR. It's free to play. VRML, same thing. Free to participate in, register for. You can get download Echo for free. Go to get a VRML team registered for free. It's flexible scheduling. Doesn't matter how high level or new you are, what kind of dedication level. I mean, it's all conducive to some fun play, even matches, and again, flex scheduling 24/7 essentially, and dozens of hours of cast every single week among our 320 plus teams in the league. With that said, first round on the way.
Yeah, this one, we're almost 30 seconds in. Good setup there. There it is. High Voltage right on cue. Able to get that one in for the 2. They're going to get the first goal of round 1 here, 24 seconds in. And that is High Voltage on the right there in blue. Fire Ninja, Lulz, Goran Jr., and Duke. And of course, that is Kraken there on the left. Sonic, Storm, X, and Ash, all proper roster players playing without Psychaotic and G Tyler. Shout out to G Tyler. I know Psychaotic hates it when I shout out to G Tyler, but I'm going to do it anyways, as it's going to be Ash handling it here for Kraken.
No, why not shout out Psychaotic as well? There, it's all even playing fields here. That said, X over to Sonic to the deep end, but no one there except Duke to defend. But still back to Lulz over at that wedge in the corner. Now midfield, Goran is there, tries to hit the brakes, and well, Lulz being broken up by the stuns as a stack sails through, and another take back here. It's some more chaos here in this round as well, but a good pass is woven, and a save from Ash.
And Ash gets stunned out by Fire Ninja right as he got that, right as he makes that stop, but it's going to be Goran Jr. here, near side wall.
Whoa!
Oh my.
Oh, Goran! What? I've never seen that before, Dimwee.
Oh, I have.
I've seen it attempted before. I've never seen it made, though.
I've seen it made on me by Zach W. I'll never forget it because I told him he'd never get it again, and he didn't ever get it again, but That's one of those shots. If you're not prepped for it, if you're not expecting to see it, it's going to sneak by you. You don't expect that bounce, and you only have less than a half a second to react to it. As it's clearing a good 7 meter. Oh, what a stop! And that's why Ash. You see those stops. Ash has been making some phenomenal stops and goals so far in this game. And another setup there. Law's going to take a shot at a ding, and that one's out.
And you know why it dinged? Because they were trying to paint the bottom corner because Ash keeps saving them otherwise. Definitely not an uncommon sight. Ash, a super great defender. The alley-oop there up top to Duke. And Duke is going to go for the pass, actually, maybe handing it off as the stun went out, and another take back as a tap pass goes over. I love that from High Voltage, but off the dome and back out the bubble.
We're picked up here by Goran Jr. Good recovery. This has been just a nonstop onslaught here from. Oh, he went for it again. Like I said, you're not going to get it twice. You're not going to get it twice. It's one of those shots a goalie will feel so. That one. You're not going to stop that either, though. But just to finish that thought, a goalie is going to feel so offended that you scored a shot like that on them. They're going to be hyper vigilant to it from that point on. So the moment you get in that position to take the same shot, they know it's coming and they're waiting for it. You're not going to get another one.
Yeah, but on that note, maybe going to the well too many times in that span, but that said, a good stun there coming out of the rollout. I love how 4 years nearly into Echo Arena, and I'm still seeing new things and new firsts being hit on VRML streams. That in itself is a pleasure, as Ash here trying to line it up, and maybe light it up. There's Storm, but no lightning. And that is right up to the bubble where it's rebounded off a shield. And now another passing play as they hand it off and throw it down. But now Duke gets the save. Man, the defense from these teams are just insane.
Yeah, really. I mean, another one. And now X has an opportunity. X sending it over there to Storm. Storm going below the goal there. Was looking to get it to Sonic on the floor. Now this one is going to turn over a slap there from Duke into the hands of Ash. Now Ash going to send this one across over to X far side. X sending this one across, but Goran Jr. was already in that lane. Goran now turning it around, ducking one, going to get this one cleared out almost halfway through this round. This one bouncing the far side trap there. Actually, not quite almost halfway. I mean, we are almost halfway, but Fire Ninja sending that one in. Law's going up to the ceiling, and the hands of Goran is off the backboard, hits it. Top corner pocket. Good for the two.
Yeah, really have to paint those. I mean, it was still, even then, almost saved, but backboard shots are difficult in their own right, but then to make a backboard shot and also paint that top corner as again, we call the pockets for those maybe watching in venues who aren't as familiar with the verbiage there, but just referencing, the outer extremes, the corners of the goal against great goalkeepers, which we are seeing here in this game itself between, Duke and Ash. I've streamed them many times. They are dominant in there. But you got to try and just hit way outside their hands, the top, the bottom, at their feet, top of their heads, the outer reach of their arms. You need to do that against goalkeepers like this.
Oh no, yeah, you do have to, especially in a game. I mean, both the goalkeepers in this one, though, they get a 2v1. And in that situation, goalie is dead to rights as Goran Jr. gets him stunned out. Fire Ninja's going to bring that one in for the 2. That's going to put High Voltage up by 11 here as we do just get over that halfway mark. And yeah, I mean, just as you said, you have to paint those corners on goalies of this caliber. Because if you don't, they're going to stop them. You'll start feeling like you're throwing them right at the goalie. And you might even make the accusation, he's only making the saves from throwing him at him. A good goalie is going to make it look like you're throwing it right to their hands.
Well, exactly. Just it's incredible watching defense like that at work. Now, that said, the offense is where they're struggling here. At the moment for Kraken. Now, that's not something I expect to sustain necessarily, but I do feel it's almost misleading, just the score differential, because both these teams are showing some fantastic plays in equal measure, it feels like, but just the offense so much more, in the volume in terms of shot attempts, as another one just grazing by.
This one, yeah, bouncing out near side wall, but down to the floor. Good slap there by Fire Ninja. You're going to get it far side off. Nice bounce off the wall. Picked up there by Fire Ninja. He received his own clearing, but Sonic is going to get that stop on that shot attempt. Lowell's trying to track it down. His X right near him. X is going to get a nice little slap pass to the back line. That was dangerous, but very well executed as Ash tries to get that one cleared out through that far side too. Fire Ninja picking it up. A double stun coming out. This one's just going to sit there. We're going to see another brawl for it. Good slap, good play there. Sending it near side. Unfortunately, no one was home, but Lawless handles that one off the bounce. Lawless sending it up, trying to get it to Goran. So a lot of these passes not quite on at the moment, although there's a lot of, off balance recoveries as this one's all the way down. We have an opportunity. Oh, that bounce there is going to keep it out of the hands, but still in the high voltage zone currently. Well, not anymore.
See, that's where, again, I talk about it just being a bit misleading. So they may be in position to score here, just barely missing. Rebound will be had. Because, yeah, they have 11 points for high voltage, but it's taken 10 shot attempts. Maybe an 11th one coming on right now with a great pass and a slapper. That's going to be ping and ponged back outside the bubble. Some brawls for Duke, and Duke the dish to Fire Ninja. One more, but cut a little bit early on that one.
Yeah, making its way out of the bubble. Duke sending it back in, sending it across. Someone home, Fire Ninja picking it up, juking a bit, sending it in as the goalie is stunned out. He's going to hit that for the 2. They're going to go up by 13 here. 2.5 minutes to go in this first round. And a Kraken still scoreless in this one. And that's one of those things you got, even when it's this late, you play to the whistle. If there's another round coming, that shifting that momentum in your favor could be what ultimately wins the game. Oh, Ash had to really duck out of that one.
That was like an inverse Jack in the Box, but equally surprising. Nonetheless, Storm is going to back it out to Ash. Ash just leaving that defender in the ashes, at least for a little while. Over here will be by the bubble, kind of a 2-on-3 situation. The goalie diving out, so could have been something there, but instead sent back to the snare from Goran, and now they're going to drum up the floor as Junior goes for that clear, just bouncing it, and actually will be taken by Fire Ninja, and this is going to be an outnumbered situation in the goal, but not in the goal for the disc.
Yeah, that shot, he got stunned. Fire Ninja got stunned as he was taking that shot, so he wasn't able to complete the arm rotation. So it does go wide. 1.5 remaining in this first round. Lowell's going to reset this one to Goran on the back line. Goran now slowing it down here, looking for the impasse. Draws that defense out, does send it in the hands of Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja out to Lulls. Good disc pivot here. Lulls going across to Goran, but a little out of reach, and it will be tracked down there by Storm, who will get this one cleared out.
Let's see, faster to the approach was high voltage, but overshot it a bit. They do have a goalkeeper way down there in Fire Ninja, just recognizing they've got 1 minute, and as long as there are no immediate threes being hit in the next several seconds, I mean, that pretty much in itself should secure this round. And with that 1 minute left, now maybe some solid game, or at the very least, some solid passing game for the high percentage and high voltage shots.
Yeah, it was a nice setup there. Goran over to Lulls. Lulls able to hit the top pocket, well, near the top pocket. And that's going to be a 15-point lead here to high voltage. Still with about 30 seconds, a little over 30 seconds. Yeah, right about 36 once we come out of the tubes remaining in this first round. So first round is, comfortably in the hands of high voltage. But as we said, as I said earlier, that, it's that momentum. If you can get a goal here to break that ice, to see them bleed, and that you take that confidence into the next round, we could see a very different second round. We have less than 20 seconds to go here as this one's going to bounce into the bubble. Is loose. Will be still loose. It's going to be picked up here by Sonic. Sonic setting up Storm. Storm going back to Sonic. Sonic turning it around, bringing it in. Ooh, that one down to the floor, and it will get cleared out by Duke.
Well, can't fault him for trying there. Definitely going the way of the Steves for a little bit on that release. A good pickup there by Ash just to end the round, so couldn't quite score. But if nothing else, they recognize, the game was, the round, that is to say, was conceded. But, if you can finish with flair on a play like that, that could get you going. That said, over to the sidelines, PamWow. What you got?
Yeah, what a high-paced game we've seen so far. I mean, High Voltage doing extremely well in terms of finding a lot of counter-attack opportunities and just making it work for themselves overall. As well as that, they did extremely well in terms of setting themselves up for passes around the bubble, and talk about that crazy shot from Goran Jr. But as Dimwe mentioned, you can't get away with it twice, which was proven later in that round. Kraken did take a strong stance in terms of offensive regrabs, and their setup in High Voltage defense region was great to see in some situations, but it was immediately met with some great defense coming from, and great saves coming from Duke. So now looking onto the second round, waiting to see what changes Kraken might be able to bring into it. I mean, didn't we also mention it can always change within rounds? It's a matter of, in Echo, it's like every round is going to be able to change the game. So yeah, with that said, Kraken definitely going to be looking to change something up potentially heading into this second round, as a player dropout does occur from the team of Kraken, so might just be able to have to wait for a reconnect there. But yeah, a high pace game, a high pace round overall, so super excited to see what these teams can bring to the second.
For sure. So while we have this perhaps brief intermission coming in from the teams, as they are enabled to take, just big points being scored. High voltage, a thing I always like to point out, and in any teams, especially in Master Division or High Diamond. You know, those teams like High Voltage contesting to get to that next level. I say it for a lot of the Master teams, but the assist, everyone assisting each other and everyone's scoring, meaning that you're not reliant, you know, on a single player needing to be hot in order to score, in order to win a match. You get everyone involved like that, you can have a variety of options. You can have different hot hands on different nights, but basically sharing the disc so everyone is always feeling in a good flow to their game. Something that I like to witness here in Echo.
Yeah, and something interesting actually now. So Kraken are having a sub here, so G Tyler swapping in for Storm in this situation. So yeah, we're going to be heading into the second round now.
Yeah, an interesting, not to interrupt you, Pally, but a very interesting substitution is G Tyler, generally part of their primary roster, subbing in for this other player, Storm. So I'm very curious of the dynamics involved in that substitution, personally.
Yeah, G Tyler. Now, I was actually kind of wondering where G Tyler was.
Yeah.
Because normally G Tyler is a player I'm used to seeing over on kind of the, starting roster, having casted Kraken a handful of times. So, yeah, a substitution here, certainly, but G Tyler is definitely going to be a welcome addition to the second round. We'll see how that plays out because I don't know how warmed up Tyler is or isn't, but, definitely the chemistry is going to be there. He is a roster member.
Well, I do. I expect some good things from G Tyler. Psychotic, if she's watching, doesn't want me to get too praise for G Tyler, of course. But he is he's a standout player. He's one that really showed his ability last season, and you can only assume at this point, he has continued to practice and get better at his craft. As we are getting started here in round 2, teams are going to launch out for this one. It's G Tyler getting the grab, sending it in, going off the cloud block there. I believe that was an unintentional cloud block, trying to get that one to X, but now G Tyler will pick this one up. Sonic far side sending it in.
All right, so that bounces low, bounces high, and there's X. The bot getting it over to the mid, but right back to Duke, and Duke's to the mid, back to the stacks now, of course, and it will be taken ultimately, maybe an open goal on the way, but just dinging instead, so nearly, but not near enough, I suppose.
Oh, no, this one getting sent out all the way down. 3 players getting in there. It is going to be grabbed there by Ash, and that is your first goal of round 2. Going to Kraken here, 38 seconds in, and that's after a scoreless first round. Kraken's getting the first goal here in the second round. Might be a change of pace.
Yeah, it's odd how often you see that, actually, quite a bit. No matter how the first round goes, a lot of, at least by my books, I haven't done the math or taken the numbers, but I feel like a team loses the first round or gets blown out the first round, they oftentimes come out ahead the first goal of round 2, and you can see a whole different picture. Sometimes you just need that mental reset of seeing the clock at 10 minutes and 0-0.
So now it's Lulz near side, sending this one across there to Duke. Duke setting that one up, going to be in the hands of Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja looking to send that one in. Oh, gets an ender off, gets this one across there to Lulz. Lulz, what a stop by G Tyler, who's covering for the goalie there. Goalie was completely just blinded by that defensive play. This one's down there. Ash looking at not an empty goal, as Goran Jr. is in the goal there, covering. Ash sending it behind, and that one will be in. Sonic plants it for the 2. Kraken have taken a 4-point lead.
And assisted by Ash there, but also assisted furthermore further back by G Tyler. That was a crazy good grab. The full wingspan. I mean, surprised Tyler didn't pop out his shoulder on that grab. Really had to lurch for it. That was a nice way to floor it 2-4 on the score. So effective start here for Kraken, for sure.
Now Goran Jr. sending this one in to the near side too. Going to take a bounce. Down, does find the hands of Lulz. Lulz now moving in. Lulz going to send this one across. 1v1. Fire is going to hit that one for the 2. That is the first goal from High Voltage here in the second round, cutting that Kraken lead in half here, 4-2. But only 2.5 minutes in, I think we have a game here at Palador.
Yeah, it would seem so, didn't we? Yeah, for High Voltage, their first goal there in the last couple weeks of action here in Cycle 2 of Season 3. They are currently on a 3-game win streak versus Bangarang, Onion, and Extinction. Worth noting there. Kraken, meanwhile, on a 2-game skid, but before that, they had won 5 in a row. So this is not a team to shrug off, certainly as they go off for maybe another set of points, but a good steal from Goran on the defense.
Yeah, I wonder if Goran was as surprised by that as I was. I didn't think he was going to get that grab. He's reaches out, picks it up. Fire Ninja has it all of a sudden. Coming in, taking the shot, but Ash is not going to let that one happen. And, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. You got to paint those corners. That one's right at his chest. Ash did not have much trouble getting the save on that one, but it is still in the hands of High Voltage. They are able to recover on that one. Duke sending this one into Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja looking for that cross pass to Goran. Goran, though, it was a little bit behind Goran. This one going to bounce out, but still in the hands of High Voltage. Duke with it now.
All right, two lows, just out the reach of X on the defense and trying to X out on the goal, but will be actually a little bit open there. The brawl's unfolding at top, but immediately to the stacks, just addressing it with speed. I mean, they're not wasting any time. Once that disc is gone, so are the teams on these recoveries. So very well done, and a clear will be intercepted by Duke.
Duke with it here. That was a good chain to pick that one up. Duke sending this one in, though it's going to bounce right back in the hands of Kraken here. Sonic getting this one cleared out, going to go all the way down into the bubble there, bouncing very near the goal, but going wide. But quickly, good pickup there by Ash. That was a fantastic chain on that careening bounce. Ash into Sonic, but Goran with a great save, going to get this one cleared out.
Oh, goalie Goran doing it again. That's Sonic, though, with a disc and trying to get a little bit of speed behind these throws. Super Sonic, in fact, as G. Tyler just juking, just gently. Not committing, but trying to get the defense to commit and do so as they kind of ping-pong positions, ducking, and making. Ooh. Duke nearly getting a save, but will be a 4-point advantage right back again.
Yeah, that was a very angry goal. That was an angry goal. I could see myself scoring in a very similar way, in a game like this. That's feeling this contentious. Just kind of. Well, I could see myself getting angry. Well, I'm an angry person, but that kind of just stuffing it in. That like, you just want to get that one more. They're not going in, and you're just like, this one will go in. I've decided, and you just stuff it. But this one going very near the goal. Good play there by Ash to get this one away.
I'm staying away from you. Fire Ninja, though, got the disc at the very least. No, seriously, stay away from me. There's a nice pass. Look at the finish there. That was soft, and yet the finish so strong.
Yeah,
but seriously, stay away from me.
Well, it was a good setup. It was a good setup there. Lulls to Duke getting that one in. They're back within 2 here. 4.5 minutes to go in the second round. But Kraken's still in the lead, so they'll be coming out with this joust advantage. Going to be handled here by Ash, who has to duck again, but Fire Ninja this time doesn't overshoot. Was there, prepared for it. That was a nice little, that's like a little mini chess game there, but Sonic going to send this one down the floor. Oh, that bounce not favorable, though ultimately the bounce is favorable. G. Tyler picking that one up. G. Tyler getting this one back to X. X going up there to Sonic. Sonic looking to send that one in, but goes wide, and now in the hands of Lulls. Lulls is going to get this one cleared out.
I do love the adjustments being made here by the teams as they go sailing quickly down the floor. That's the second time here in just the last minute or two that's been a near goal off a full court fling. That said, it bounces waywards to the trap where it's taken back by G. Tyler. A little round the back clear just about, maybe even a self pass almost, before Duke sends it back into the orange zone. And High Voltage attempting to get back as well. The defense, so 1-on-3 and couldn't make the 2. But at the very least, now they'll be able to slow it down as the defense gathers themselves.
Now Duke, far side. Duke sending this one into Goran. Goran looking to send that one in, but a good grab there by X is going to get this one. We'll look at a clear it out. It's going to take a bounce into that trap. Does get picked up there by G. Tyler, sending this one all the way down, and it will be in the hands. No, not quite in the hands. This one very near the goal, but going just wide, and now picked up here by Goran Jr. Ultimately able to track it down, but Ash is going to get this one picked up. Looking to send it in. It's off of the post. They're going to make its way out. X is trying to track it down now. X does track it down. Sending that one to G. Tyler on the reset. G. Tyler up to Sonic. Sonic sending it across here to Ash. Ash ducking one. Ash bringing it in. Ash crossing it up, but just out of reach for the intended target. That one's going to bounce out again, but back in the hands of X. X sending it right back in. Oh, the pickup there, the shot. But Law's going to get it cleared.
Putting in the footwork or the handwork, either way, definitely a lot of moves in these tool sets for the teams. Now everyone meeting each other on the disc here, 2 for either team, will be gathered but then stunned out. Double KO as it's picked up by Goran. 2 inside the goal, 1 above the backboard for maybe a passing play, but well covered now at backboard and barrier. The lanes though will open up after Duke split off, and now a tie.
Yeah, Duke set up. I was in a private game the other day, and I set up right in front of the goal like that, and it's one of those feelings like you set up right there, and there's not much the goalie can do. Goalie can't come out to cover you, and if they commit someone to cover you, that gives your disc holder either a pass option or a lane to drive it. I mean, it's so hard to defend that sort of setup there. Ooh, and Fire Ninja almost picking off that pass across there, but X going to handle this one, sending it back to Ash on the back line here.
Right now, Sonic with that disc, a little juke, and then a dish off to G Tyler. There's some more jukes for you, trying to get a little bit of time, extra time, to wait for the teammate there in Ash to get back into the bubble. And now one more delivery, but that was well covered just the same. So we're seeing, these players are making the right moves, the right cuts, and they're going for the right anchors on offense. But on both ends now, the last two plays, the defense is accommodating. It's covering very, very well on the whole.
Now picked up here by X on the near side wall. In this tie game, Fire Ninja going to pick that one up. Fire Ninja clearing this one out. We got less than a minute 20 remaining in this second round. And this one, this one's still loose. High Voltage is going to get there first. Lowell sending this one in. Is going to hit Goran. Goran trying to send that one in. Very steep. Oh, the slap from Duke. And that is High Voltage taking the lead for the first time in the second round here. And if High Voltage wins the second round, there is no third. Kraken needs a comeback here at this point in this final minute if they want to stay in this one.
Yeah, that was definitely tough. Now there's a little bit of body blocking perhaps going on there to just make it a little tougher on the wrangle. So with that, they'll take the points gladly. And now needing to find a patient play if they can. They have time, but they don't have the disc anymore. And that is just offline. And they're going to definitely be glad, because that could have just killed the chance at a comeback. So they'll still have another one. There's X from the left lane, but X having it snagged by Fire Ninja, who pops off and almost in.
That one very close to go, and then Fire Ninja going to pick it up far side. We're in the final 22 seconds. Law's bringing it in. Law setting it up to Goran. Goran will plant it, and that will be our final goal of the second round. We might have 1 or 2 seconds once we come out of the tubes here, but that will end the game. High Voltage is going to take us 1 and 2. Looking at the timer, no, that was the last one. That is going to end us here in the second round. What a comeback here for High Voltage, as they were behind for that entire second round until the final minute and a half. Unreal.
Absolutely. They were right within reach, but man, at the end, just a couple of clutches, steals, and that delivery, and that will indeed be the round. So over to PamWow now on our sidelines. What do you think of that match and that round there?
Yeah, well, I mean, Kraken headed into this round with pace and fire. I mean, those stacks brought them those first few points, and just like we mentioned in the previous round, it's always difficult to predict what's going to change in between rounds. I mean, G Tyler performing very well with Team Kraken, as we saw their setups and passes around High Voltage's defense. It was sweet to see, to say the least. I mean, so immediately in this second round, Kraken just conjured a huge amount of momentum for themselves, even at some moments forcing the disc into the goals out of pure anger. Dimwee, stay away from me. It did seem as though Kraken became more comfortable with their stacks within the second round. He had dedicating more players to the stacks and plays. However, High Voltage did well to hold on and not get swayed by their momentum, so eventually taking back the lead within the final minute of the game. So a brilliant performance from both teams overall.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Dimwee, stay away from me. Dimwee, what do you think of the game though?
Coming up for both of you. I can see you there. But yeah, no, I mean, this was a phenomenal game, and very interesting to see that substitution in between the rounds there. You saw how with the effect it had as Kraken got that first goal in that second round. They maintained that lead for the majority of the round. That was the game we were expecting. That first round was a little bit I would say it wasn't what we were expecting. It wasn't what I was expecting in that game. And then to see the second round, that's the game we were expecting. I was really hoping for that third round because that was just a phenomenal performance from Kraken to come back there, to come back in the second round and to command it basically with their defense for just the majority of that. But yeah, it was just a High Voltage showing why they're at the top of that ladder so consistently. And it's they do it here against this team Kraken.
Yeah, High Voltage, for reference, they just barely, and I mean essentially in the last week of Cycle 1 of this season, just barely missed out on getting into the Challenger Cup for that first cycle. Of course, the Master Tier, again, for those unaware, it is a case where all the Master teams are playing each other in their own division exclusively. Then every 6 weeks, every 6th week in the season, 3 times in the season, you're going to have a Challengers Cup where the top Diamond teams get to go against the bottom couple Master teams to try and claim a spot. So that's why Diamond is so exciting, because it's the chase. And as exciting as it always is to cast the highest level master tier play of Master Division, being able to see kind of, again, taste of the future, and the players who are playing with just an extra little bit of hunger, because they want that glory of, being able to be called a top 10 team of their region in a league of so many thousands. So, with that, it was a fun game. Of course, we always wish for the round 3s, and that could have absolutely been one. But, can't have them all. What we did have, though, were some stellar highlights. Again, I saw just personally a VRML first with that shot from Goran off of the shoulder. I've seen it attempted once or twice, maybe, but as far as I remember, never seen it. I love the fact that we can still get these cases where new things are still happening, and new bounces, new angles, new metas are still being found in the league. Fantastic. But anything else, Pam or Dimwee, that you guys wish to get out there before we head off?
I just had an absolutely ridiculous thought.
Yeah.
If I do this, looks like I'm working you guys like puppets.
There's another ridiculous thought. If I leave like this, I don't have to hear you anymore. It's crazy. Like, watch this. Nah, I mean, if I could emphasize it anymore, just the absolute joy that I find with casting these games, with watching these games. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy experience. Always love taking a look at these NA games. It's great to diversify, with these games. So with that said, I mean, that's basically my final remarks. They're great games overall, and great to have seen them.
Well, then on that note as well, wanted to give one more thanks to our sponsors and HyperX, of course, casting here on a Quadcast S, and thank Styrian Products, as well as Pro2VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, VRware.net, and Fixed Gaming, who provided that music you heard during timeouts, as well as some of our intros and some of our intermission scenes. Was Dimwee messing with me because...
No, I was showing off my
okay.
my Asterion, the Aurora stand there. Nice. I don't have it plugged in at the moment, obviously, because it's not wired, but a little button there to light it up. It's actually really cool. I love this thing.
Good stuff.
I just saw you at the corner of my eye, and I got scared for a second, but can't blame you.
No.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, and Echo Bots and Jacks and Jills and Echo Units, I think, as Doc calls them. Maybe I'll switch to that from now on. I like that. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I've been Palador. We've had PamWow here casting and doing sidelines for us throughout the night. We have Sir Dimwee, of course, casting the first and final match with me. So much for Subtlety, who's been on the cameras all night, working the spectator view for all of you guys at home to be able to see it in smooth motion as he does. So thanks to him and all of our league moderators, our governors, and again, all our viewers at home. So until next week, week 9 here in season 3, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and as always, please be good to each other, and we'll see you again really soon.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.